Hello everybody and welcome back to the 3-2 zone, because heaven knows D'Antoni might just use it. I am your host, Kenny, alongside of me, my tag team partner, the Gargano to my Champa, hashtag Glorious Bomb, Justin. Justin, wow. Talk about a glorious, an absolutely glorious new day, as the season is going to start in about, today is Monday, so
2 days.
2 days. Justin, how are we feeling right now with a new start to the season, new acquisitions, new coaches, and hopefully a new horizon?
Cautiously optimistic. It's like when you go watch a crazily hyped superhero movie and you want to get excited so bad, but you are so worried it's just going to completely bomb. That is what I feel is what's in store for the Houston Rockets this season.
I am no way endorsing that because of the fact that I know that Dawn of Justice was a great movie.
I never said it was a bad movie.
Okay, all right. Okay. As long as we have an understanding there. So anyways, guys, welcome back. Very happy to be back with you guys again. We have been MIA for reasons unknown. Actually, no, reasons that are known because of the fact that the Rockets just, the offseason was a little bit of ups and downs here and there. We were not in support of the coaches. I know Justin can definitely attest to that. He was definitely the number one. He was definitely number one on the, what is it called? The hit list for Leslie Alexander, I'm sure. And see, Justin's not even answering properly. He's just shaking his head.
I'm still going to have to stick with, how I feel about Les, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want to damper this podcast. We're trying to bring positive energy here. I do yoga.
Oh, yes.
So you know what? I'm trying to bring some, zen.
Namaste.
Pull my Arian Foster.
Oh my gosh, man! I
Without
hope he's
the
doing
injuries.
well with the Dolphins. Oh, minus the injuries. 2011.
Yeah.
So that's what we're hoping. We're hoping for a 2011 run, hopefully going on this season, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to us, guys, and we're very, very excited to be back with y'all. We know we've kind of been away, and we're very sorry about that, and we're here today. We're here now, definitely, to preview the Rockets season. And as we do that, let us give a moment of silence to the long forgotten, and thank God it is over with last season. We can now officially put it to bed on Wednesday.
What we're missing is, the montage of, the pictures of J.B. Bickerstaff, Dwight Howard, Josh Smith, Jason Terry, Donatas Moniunas. Oh, man.
Oh, man, he's not even signed yet. That boy might end up going to Europe. You know what's so funny, dude? You know what? This is going to go up on YouTube, Justin, and I swear to God, I think I'm going to connect the pictures as you're saying it. It might literally be a montage.
I should have probably said that a little slower, but I might have gotten a little too excited.
I think I will go ahead and do that, though, no matter what.
I mean, honestly, I'm just I'm kind of sad that if Demo doesn't sign, the guy is like semi-hero. Even all of the friends know that I would, if you were to resign a long-term deal, I would buy his jersey. That is how much I like Demo.
Really? Are you
yes,
serious?
It's unfortunate.
Really?
I know. It's a really bad infatuation.
I prefer to go for the Nene jersey, but okay, we can roll with that.
Only
Mid-range jumpers?
Only if his full name is on it. Hilario.
Oh,
There's no
man.
Hilario, no jersey.
Oh, man, talk about being hilarious. Oh, man. Dude, those don't come around very often.
That was glorious.
Hashtag glorious. Guys, you know I love wrestling. You know we both love wrestling. And you know that this is the type of podcast where we're going to throw in wrestling every now and then. So there's your wrestling preference for today. Hopefully we might add more, but we'll see.
I don't know what hopefully. I think it's a for sure thing.
Yeah, definitely. What I'm going to say, Justin, right now is rest in peace, definitely, the last season. My God, what were we, 42 and 40.
Really? I thought it was 41 and 41. I don't even remember
You know what?
anymore.
I don't even remember our record. Guys, and I'm a guy that genuinely remembers records. I remember records. 56 and 26. 56 and 26 the year before.
Yep.
And second seed in the playoffs, Austin in the conference finals. We were coming in with definitely with high hopes and dreams, and that one failed miserably with the acquisition of a drunk Ty Lawson and an overweight James Harden and Dwight Howard just complaining about him not getting the ball enough on offense. So there's just so much stuff going on backstage or back in the locker room that we really didn't know about or really understand. So I'm going to give a 5-second silence to the Rockets of last season. Well. Okay, moving on now. All right, guys, let's talk about the Rockets off-season now. Let's transition over here because I think the last podcast we pretty much talked about, the hope of coaches that we're going to get, the type of players we want. I remember wanting Mike Conley at one point, but I didn't know he was going to end up being the richest point guard in NBA history.
Let alone the highest paid player.
He went from underrated to the most overrated in a span of a night.
Exactly.
I mean, can you imagine that?
Yep.
Pretty crazy. And Pretty much. Let's talk about this right now. Let's talk about the key acquisitions for the Rockets. The Rockets also had some key acquisitions, definitely some key losses. We got obviously Nene, like I said, the awesome Nene, Hilario, the Mr. Mid-range jumper. He give us a little bit of Luis Scola.
Let me tell you, man, Nene, the addition of Nene to this team is like, even though he doesn't have the same passing skills as someone like a Boris Diaw, but he has the skill set to be that type of player in this offense. I mean, he can hit the mid-range jumper. He's dependable on defense. Not exactly as dependable as he was in his younger days, but he has the length. And he's a solid vet. So, Nene is someone that you can truly depend on. Even if, Capella goes on a cold streak, we can depend on Nene to start a solid 20 to 25 minutes, for this team. The one thing that I worry about is his stamina. But outside of that, I truly like Nene's addition to this team. He really balances out the attack. And he just brings a calmness, I believe, to this team that would allow it to flourish. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, definitely. I definitely understand that. And dude, great points. I was gonna segue you right into it, but you went ahead and did it. It was perfect. It was actually awesome. See, guys, it's like I told Justin right before the podcast. It's like riding a bike.
I was a little nervous. I had to warm myself up like Johnny Drama.
What was it? Fuck the ride! No, that's all I remember. I don't remember anything else. If you guys watch Entourage, you will totally get the joke. But
yeah, so if you hear a random yell, it's probably because I'm nervous and I'm sweating.
Those are random yells and crap. Oh, jeez. Okay, guys, I'm done with the podcast. I can't go anymore. Okay. No, but dude, that was great analysis on Nene. Yeah, I definitely agree. He'll definitely provide in some much needed areas. Definitely some mid-range shooting, which the Rockets haven't had, I think, since Luis Scola was on the Rockets.
I know.
So,
I mean, yeah. I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, you can definitely.
I miss the guy.
Yo, I miss him too. I wish he came to the Rockets, but he went to Brooklyn. So good luck there. Good luck to Jeremy Lin. Good luck to Luis Scola. You're gonna need him in Brooklyn.
I don't care what anyone says. I still believe Jeremy Lin would have been a solid addition to this team. I'm looking at you, Brian.
I think his hair would have been a solid addition to the team. Definitely.
Oh man, he pulls off that man bun like nobody's business.
I hate man buns personally.
I aspire to grab one. I mean, to have one. I'm sorry.
To grab his.
That just sounded wrong.
Oh, gee. Oh, no, it sounded perfectly right to me. I definitely enjoyed that. Grabbing hair buns. Grabbing hair buns, guys. 3-2 zone. And, oh my gosh, before I just go off topic completely, let's go ahead and talk about the next key acquisitions. The flying, I'm going to call them the dual Pelicans. Let's talk about the acquisitions of Eric Gordon and Ryan Anderson. Point guard, shooting guard hybrid, and Eric Gordon. And definitely a stretch four, which is the team desperately needed in a D'Antoni offense with Ryan Anderson. Justin, what we got to say about the two new acquisitions?
I think both of them, as additions to this team, with the offense that we run, is perfect. I mean, ideally, we're not going to be great on defense. Anderson can't guard a door. Eric Gordon probably can't guard, a dog or a cat. The guy will just literally have him slip. But we do know that these guys can shoot the ball, and they can shoot the ball well and consistently. I mean, we haven't had guys next to Harden that can shoot this well ever. So what I'd like to see is shooting, just these guys getting open. With Harden's addition, quote-unquote addition as a point guard, the de facto point guard now officially, I mean, Eric Gordon and Ryan Anderson should be getting a plethora of open buckets. I mean, Anderson from the corner should be automatic. We should be hearing it on the loudspeaker every time from Harden to Anderson. Literally, Craig Ackerman should just be pushing a button saying that. Literally.
Harden to Anderson! Oh! Something like that?
I love Craig Ackerman.
Yeah,
but anyway.
The addition to him, definitely. Gosh, Bill Worrell, I love you and everything, but, you're getting a little too old, so.
Yeah, Craig Ackerman is literally
shout out to
Craig
Ackerman!
He's a hometown fave.
I love him. I love you, Craig Ackerman.
But yeah, I mean, Anderson, he's going to be very solid. I mean, just a big that can shoot the ball, stretch the floor. Harden hasn't had that luxury. I mean, Demo couldn't hit the three consistently 2 years ago, but he still hit it well enough to stretch the floor. But Anderson is just a huge boost. And I mean, if the guy, he's probably going to average, 7 to 8 threes a game in the season?
So. I definitely think so. Because if you also think about it too, 2 seasons ago, I mean, Josh Smith was definitely the four spot that would shoot the 3-ball, and you see how how good that was when he made it. Now the key word is when he made the threes.
Yeah, a solid 23%.
Yeah, definitely solid 23%, 80% in Game 6. But but you see how much that changes the game, because this is a different NBA nowadays. It's definitely. And I was gonna actually go into this a little bit later, but let's talk a little bit about it right now. It's not about the. Really, defense is kind of a lost art in this day and age of the NBA.
Yes,
now.
I do
The
agree.
running gun offense, the spread the floor, the fours that can shoot, some fives that can even shoot.
I know.
Yeah.
With the evolution of NBA offenses nowadays, I mean, the Rockets, the only thing that they can do is just go with it. What they tried to do with the past team when they had Dwight Howard on the squad was they tried to replicate that, but they did not have the right pieces to go with that. I mean, hence last year's failure. I mean, 2 years ago, we got super lucky, just extremely lucky.
I think everyone agrees that they overachieved. I mean, even Jason Terry even said that they overachieved a little bit too. So
yeah, I mean, that was a miracle that we even got to the conference finals, let alone beat the Clippers.
But I'll take miracles though. I'll take miracles any day of the week.
Absolutely.
I'm happy that
nothing could take that away from me.
Nothing could take that away. No.
But I mean, it's just like the way that the team was built is just something that Les Alexander literally creams his pants about.
Yeah,
just
seriously.
seeing something with this quick of an offense, with these type of trigger-happy players, but they can hit them consistently. I have a lot of confidence that if we keep EG's minutes down, we will be good. Ryan Anderson will hit consistently. I'm not even worried about him. His back issues, hopefully, are on the back burner. But with guys like James, just running the offense, Ariza with his new shot, hopefully his legs aren't as old.
You're talking about a whole new offense basically, and I'm assuming Ryan Anderson's workload shouldn't be as much.
Yeah,
don't be counting on him to do as much. And just very key acquisitions for this team. It puts pressure off Ariza.
Yep,
I think it puts pressure off Ariza. You can even talk about stretching as far as McDaniels being a key rotation player. We're talking about Decker now being a key rotation player.
Yeah, those two are even though they were here last year, they're great additions.
Yeah.
Any addition is good when Corey Brewer gets less minutes.
Oh my gosh. And now, and transitioning into that, let's talk about the key losses for the Houston Rockets. All right, here we go. The key loss here. Dwight Howard obviously not being on the Houston Rockets anymore. Let's give a quick 5-second moment of silence for Dwight Howard not being on the Rockets. We respected everything that you did, and we wish you the best of luck in Atlanta.
I really hope nothing for the best. Everyone that hates him, screw y'all.
Yeah, honestly, we feel our sentiments are completely different, and we believe that honestly, when he comes to Toyota Center, I think in January, it should be nothing but applause for him. He's done everything he's needed to do for the team. Of course, he wants to be more involved. I mean, in his mind, he still thinks he's a superstar. I respect it at the end of the day, and he gave his all to the team. He did everything he could.
Yeah.
It just didn't work.
It didn't work. I think it was just bad timing. I mean, with Mikhail, we didn't have the right coach for him to be here at the time. We won him over, with Mikhail, but he wasn't the right guy to coach him, obviously. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, he made the best decision for himself. I'm happy for the man that he went home. I'm going to miss him, but in this offense, I'm not going to miss him as a player.
Yep, no, definitely not, because you could see, I genuinely don't think Harden and Howard disliked each other. It just didn't work on the court. I mean, you can say, I'm sure, and people who play basketball out there, you have some good friends out there, and then, when you step onto the basketball court, maybe you just don't like the way they play. I mean, it's just how it happens.
We won't name names.
I will not name any names of people like that. All right. I will not name any names. I do not want to name any names. I want to keep my friendships with everybody. Hi,
Bros
Jay.
Nights for life.
Bros Nights for life, Jay, Julio, Chris, Ray. Definitely. It's Dwight Howard, you will be sorely missed. But with the way Capella and Nene is playing, we should be good on that spot. Dwight Howard can only do so much for this team. You can tell he was definitely not being utilized properly either. So wish you the best of luck, Howard, and good luck in all your future endeavors. And with that said, another key loss obviously is Jason Terry, who's not actually officially retired. I think he's still.
I heard he signed with the Bucks, but I don't. I
really?
don't even.
No way.
I have no idea.
Okay, well, we'll have to double check on that. We'll confirm and get back to you. But
you go keep on talking.
All right, I will distract. All right, I'll now Bronco. Okay. Key loss obviously is Jason Terry. He was the 3-point threat. You're talking about a locker room leader, truly bringing.
Yep, Milwaukee Bucks. He signed with Milwaukee.
All right, well,
how crazy is that?
You know what? They need some veteran presence, so okay, that's cool.
Well, they did trade us Tyler Ennis, so everything just makes sense.
That does make sense, yeah. So Jet, good luck in Milwaukee. You did everything you could for this team. I mean, considering your age.
Shout out to Michael Beasley. Jason Terry's there to keep Michael Beasley off the weed.
Key loss. That's another key loss. Man, I wasn't even going to think of that. I was going to put Josh Smith before that. But yeah, no, Michael Beasley definitely a key loss. He did what he could for us offensively. But I mean, he wasn't really a two-way player. And you definitely would need that in this type of games. Josh Smith, key loss as well. I wouldn't call him a super key loss, but he's definitely a loss. My main key loss, obviously, is Corey Brewer, because he's still on the team, unfortunately. So, guys, we'll go ahead and take that L.
And any minute that he has on the court is an automatic L. So we'll take that. That is literally a key loss.
Well, my goal here is to see if we see McDaniels on the court first, I think it's going to be a good season. But if we see Brewer on the court first, I think we might really suck this season.
If D'Antoni puts McDaniels in first, that's a point of respect for me, but that's just one. So,
okay. Well, you know what? That's perfect, too, because I was going to transition right into the next topic, Justin's all-time favorite topic. I'm going to give Justin the floor here because I'm sure he has a lot to say. Because as of right now, let me throw you guys a scenario back in June. All right, Cleveland won the title. Cleveland beat Golden State. We were all so happy and gung-ho for them. Hey, you know what? Congrats to the Cleveland Cavaliers. You guys deserved it. 50-plus years of not winning a title, so we're very happy for y'all. JB Bickerstaff was not going to be brought back.
Thank God.
We were going to have hopes that Jeff Van Gundy was going to be the coach. It obviously did not go out that way. It ended up being Mike D'Antoni on the decision based on what Leslie Alexander thought. Les Alexander thinking that D'Antoni would be a better coach. I'm going to give the floor to Justin now. Justin, what do you think about Mike D'Antoni, the head coach of this year's Houston Rockets?
I honestly do not respect the man very much, but at the end of the day, he is the man that was hired to do the job. With a player like Harden, and what we have seen from Harden is, I don't want to say it because I don't want to believe it, but with Harden's skill set, he does have the potential to be a Steve Nash-like player, put up Steve Nash-like stats in this offense. D'Antoni as a coach on the offensive end with the right player to lead it is a genius. Only with the right player to lead it. That's why in LA it failed, in New York it failed. This guy has the seeds to succeed on this team. But that just depends on what you guys see as a success. Because to me, a success for me personally is a championship or bust. So what do I think is going to happen? D'Antoni will be a bust. Because I do not care what kind of success brings unless it's a championship. If there is no championship, I could care less. Because Mike D'Antoni is not a championship coach. I honestly do not have the type of positive feel for him, because to me, in order to win, you need someone that can coach defense. Steve Kerr, Tyronn Lue, they preach defense. Despite the fact that they play fast, every player on that team hustles and plays defense. Mike D'Antoni has proven and proven and proven again he does not have the type of willpower to coach any type or any sort of defense. So until I am proven wrong, I do not care what anybody says. Mike D'Antoni is not a great coach, and if he can lead to this team to an NBA championship, I will gladly shut my mouth. I will say it right now. Every member of the Bros Nights can fart in my face if the Rockets win the NBA championship. Okay? But I can guarantee you that's not going to happen.
Oh, man. Strong words. Could you imagine? I literally had flashbacks of Stephen A. Smith when you were talking. You think you'll be a good coach? I don't know.
I wish I talked with the vigor and just, with the tenacity.
You told me that Mike D'Antoni's a good coach. I think that's blasphemous. the wherewithal to actually say that.
If you think Mike D'Antoni can lead the Rockets to a championship, you must be out your mind.
You got some Similac behind the ears. He talks like that all the time. No, dude. To be completely honest, just this has been. He's my brother. I've been listening to him from beginning to end this entire summer. This is pretty much how he's felt for the longest time now. And Les Alexander can, because he's just wow. I don't even want to go. We're not gonna go into depth on that because Justin might legit get arrested or something because he's really gonna spit some fire on him. But I completely agree with
yeah.
I do agree with what you're saying.
Until
proven wrong.
I will say this though. I mean, we will like the numbers that are put up offensively. I mean, defensively, there will be a lot more possessions with the way we play. So we're going to give up a lot more points than, a normal team that wins as much. I do believe we will win some. I mean, I believe that with this offense, we could potentially be second round, possibly conference finalists every year if they play the way they should play with the type of players that they have and being injury free. But that just all depends on that. But to me, that's just not a success.
Yeah, well, you can definitely attest to that because of the past that D'Antoni had. I mean, yeah, he had success with Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire, but the furthest they ever went to was the Western Conference Finals.
Exactly, and they always ran into the Lakers or the Spurs.
Yeah, teams that were always good two-way teams, offensively and defensively. Mm-hmm. Now the two teams that made the finals last year, Cavaliers, Warriors. Yeah, Warriors are like a legendary offense, but when it comes down to clamping on the defensive end, they do it. So, and same thing for the Cavaliers. Cavaliers were definitely a two-way team. They definitely made the stops when they needed to. So there's your what do you I don't know how you personally I don't know what you would call it, but this is your look for a championship. So definitely doesn't agree with that. Until proven wrong, D'Antoni has to prove to us, the Houston fan base, that he is worthy of being coach here and worthy of bringing this team a title. I mean, that's pretty much what he has to prove. Mm-hmm. So with that said, let's go ahead and roll right here. Since we talk about D'Antoni, all the key acquisitions, let's talk about putting them all together now. We've seen a couple of games. We've seen a couple of games to see how it could work out with them. Preseason basketball. Preseason basketball is pretty much a success. Definitely better than last year. So that's definitely a positive note. I've been telling Justin those. That's a positive note because preseason was good this year and a lot better than last year. So, hey, you never know. Maybe that'll be something good. So let's talk about preseason right now and how the Rockets did. Justin, I know for a fact that what'd you say? You have not watched a full game?
I have not watched a single full game of the Rockets this preseason. I mean, I'm not saying that because I don't want to watch. It's just because we've been busy or I've had better things to do, like play video games.
Yeah, I know. We do have lives. I mean,
yes. I mean, the games aren't important, but I do watch the highlights and I do look at the stats. Mm-hmm. I mean, so honestly, I don't have much when it pertains to the scrubs. I mean, I'm honestly, I don't know much about this Bobby Brown character, but I've heard a lot of positive things. If any of y'all can tell me why he should stay on the team, please tell me.
Yeah, hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on whenever. So we're gonna go into that definitely later on where you hit us up. But yeah, Bobby Brown.
What's your guy's name?
Oh man, Kyle Wilcher. Kyle Wilcher, guys. Steve Novak 2.0. Yo, listen, D'Antoni. If you ever listen to this podcast ever, just please, for the love of God, put Kyle Wilcher on the Rockets because I personally love the guy. I just think he's awesome. He's tall. He's a skinny framed. I call him the white tarantula. He just looks amazing. I think he can shoot the three lights out. You can shoot the three from anywhere on the floor. I know Matt Bullard's a personal fan of his. So
didn't they do the 3-point shootout again? Did Bullard win?
I think Bull won it, but Kyle Wilcher was just an absolute beast this season. And
yeah.
Well, let's go talk about.
Let's show the man some respect. Let's give him the Matt Bullard 2.0.
Oh, I'll give him. Oh yeah, Matt Bullard 2.0. I'll definitely give him that. Yeah, because Matt Bullard made some key shots for us. Yeah. So I'll definitely give that to him. I mean, all Steve Novak did was hit that three and that 22-game win streak. But, it was pretty good. But Justin, let's go into depth right now in the preseason, and it all starts with the star. I'm gonna call this right now the year of James Harden. I'm gonna call this the redemption year for James Harden.
Just like the Redeem team in 2012.
Oh yes,
this is the Redeem Harden.
Redeem Harden team. I don't know what I would call it.
Like his shoes, Harden Volume 1.
Harden,
Redemption Volume 1.
The Redemption Volume 1. Harden, we are rooting for you, dude. Because let's talk about this right now, Justin. I pulled up some statistics for the preseason and just preseason stats. So, of course, take it with a grain of salt. But the preseason stats say 20.2 points per game, 6 rebounds, and I kid you not, almost 11 assists a game. Like, not bad. Like, dude,
Yep.
like you got to think like them as many games as they played. I mean, granted, it's preseason, of course. Competition isn't really running as hard. The competition is definitely less because you're definitely putting in more scrubs. You're giving people a chance here at the training camp. But to think about that, 20 points and about almost 11 assists a game. What do you think about that?
It just shows that Harden is probably responsible for more than half the points that the team scores. I mean, averaging at least 20 points and 11 assists, and most of those assists are probably three-point shots. I mean, I don't know if y'all have watched. From what I've seen, the Harden-Capella pick and roll has been on point. I mean, the guy and Harden and Capella just connect like that. Like what Dwight and Harden didn't have, Capella and Harden do. I mean, I've seen so many alley-oops. Some fail, some have succeeded, and just a lot of Harden putting Capella in good positions.
You're gonna talk about alley-oops and not mention KJ McDaniels on the alley-oops.
Oh yeah,
he
you're
received
right.
the other 50% of those alley-oops.
That's true.
KJ McDaniels.
That's true.
Take KJ McSwag.
But this is called a pick and roll, Kenny.
Oh,
I'm talking about the pick and roll.
I'm not talking about the back pocket.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's a back door.
Okay. But with the additions like we talked about before, Ryan Anderson, Eric Gordon. I mean, Ryan Anderson is hitting 43% from three. Okay?
Wait, 43% really?
43%.
That's not bad.
The guy's putting up 9 threes a game in the preseason. You know, the guy is he's shooting lights out. Eric Gordon's hitting 38%. Oh no, 39%. That's better than all the players we had last year minus Harden.
My God, the
That's two
amount
guys.
of threes that Ariza Brewer collectively missed.
This is just preseason. But from what we are seeing from Harden is him getting acclimated to the offense. The fact that he's producing these type of numbers against scrubs in the preseason is very positive. Because then, in the regular season, he already knows what to do. This is like him playing playground basketball. Harden he has the vision like no one. Everyone no one can replicate what Harden does. That's the thing.
Definitely he has a lot of smarts on the court. I don't think people give him enough credit for the type of IQ he has on the court. I'm not gonna call it LeBron level, but I'd like to think he's pretty close. The way he kind of sees the game is definitely different from anyone else in the NBA.
Yes, I agree.
I would kind of put him in a similar realm to LeBron when you think about it.
I wonder what he sees. I mean, do you ever think I don't know if y'all have watched the Chappelle Show.
Oh Lord,
the episode of when he goes in slow motion. Like the way Harden just moves sometimes, it's like he's in slow motion. Like when he Euro steps, he's like dun 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 dun.
Oh,
step.
Oh, step.
Dun 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 dun. Step.
That's a step. Oh my God.
And then he goes up slowly.
Oh my God,
and looks to his right.
Oh my God, the layup's about to pop in.
And he sees the blonde stripper that he's been eyeing.
Oh my God.
Winks at her. Puts in the layup and one and says, "This is for you, baby."
Oh my God!
I'm pretty sure that's what he does like half the time.
Jesus Christ, that was very graphic.
But back on a serious note, like Kenny said, that is the redemption year of Harden. Harden this year with this offense and these players, the guy is primed to be an MVP candidate.
Well, it definitely looks like he is ready. Mid-season form to the extreme. He's averaging, I looked at the stats, about 46% from the field, 30% from three-point, but he always gets a slow start on the three-point line. I'm not even worried about that.
He just jacks up a lot of threes.
Yeah. Well, because this is what this offense provides for him to kind of give him the free will to do whatever he wants now.
Yeah.
Because when it comes time to Wednesday, when the lights are on in Staples and the season starts, he is your point guard.
Yep.
Because of the fact that we haven't even mentioned this once, Patrick Beverley is out, but for 3 to 4 weeks with an injury, with a surgery.
What do I think about his impact on this team? Slim to none.
Really?
Yes, I do.
I think. I like to. Justin, this is the very mild. This is very few times where I'm gonna have to go face.
This
on
is
your
where
heel.
it's disputed.
This is where it's disputed. You know what? You cannot replicate what Beverly does on the court when it comes to hustle, defense. Now, key defense, which is what this team sorely needs.
Exactly.
Eric Gordon's not going to give you what Beverly can give you.
But do you think that if he's hitting 1 for 6 from 3, D'Antoni's going to keep him on the court? I don't think so.
Well, we'll definitely have to see about that because D'Antoni said that Beverly from the get-go was going to be the starter. He was basically going to play the 2 guard. Harden's 1, and that's where I do see your point. That is where I do see your point. But of course, the defense is just going to be sorely necessary. The hustle that he provides.
I just really think that in this offense that Pat Beverly is going to be like how I can be when I get tired at St. Teresa's. Is I'll hang back on the defensive end, and then I'll move very slowly on offense because they'd rather me not be there.
Oh, geez.
That's the type of impact sometimes he would have on offense, and solely put all of his effort on D. No offense to Pat. It's just he's terrible. He's terrible when it comes to floaters. He doesn't make great decisions on the pass, on the go. When he's running a fast break or when he's in the lane looking for the pass, he doesn't make great decisions, and he kind of makes boneheaded plays. So I mean, I understand that with him without the ball is good, but it just seems to be more of a negative on the team. Defensively, of course, I agree that I think he's great. I mean, he might be a little bit overrated based on what he did a few years ago, but with the pace of the offense, it doesn't seem like he'll have the energy to keep up with it.
Well, that's why I'd be suggesting that he would go to between 20 to 25 minutes a game. Not even 100% sure if he'd even start. I would start him. And let Eric Gordon run with the second unit. You do need a second person that can start on the offense. Heaven knows we are super thin at the point guard spot. So
Sam Decker, point forward.
Sam Decker. You know what? Apparently, Sam Decker's going to see some spot 4 minutes, so I'm pretty psyched about that. I'm hoping for a Robert Ory 2.0 to be everything that Chandler Parsons is not. That's the dream.
I still got love for Chandler. I don't care.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know how much his back is going to give here because he wasn't even playing for Memphis. I don't know if he's...
Yeah.
So, definitely the preseason has passed.
I will say this, though. Let me put up just a few more stats to get these guys a little bit more confident.
All right, here we go. I'm ready to feel confident about the season.
Okay. This team is averaging 120 points a game. 120 points a game, okay? And this is just the preseason, but we are leading the league in points. Actually, first or second, I don't recall completely, but we're hitting 120 points a game. That's still a lot considering this offense and that these guys are shooting like they're in midseason form.
Pringles is definitely smiling.
The fact that they're shooting 38 threes a game, 38 threes a game, and they're hitting 38%. That's 14 and a half threes per game, okay? That is about, let me do some math. That is 42 points.
Don't hurt yourself.
That's 42 points, okay? 42 points from three. Okay, and 38% of that's good. That's decent. That's almost 40% as a team is a huge accomplishment, okay?
Definitely.
And let me say this, defensively, I'm not going to overrate them as preseason, blah, 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 blah. We're giving up 107 points a game. That's middle of the pack in preseason. But the good thing is that teams are only shooting 30% from us from three, which isn't too bad, but that's not what you want. That's better than what I would expect defensively, is what I'm saying. 30% from three is not bad. That's a confidence booster.
Definitely.
And the chemistry of this team. I don't know if Kenny agrees with me, but the way that these guys play together, you can tell that they enjoy playing together.
No, I definitely agree with that. This team, head and shoulders, definitely enjoys playing with each other a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, just the way that the offense is run, it's like playground basketball. I mean, granted, it's not exactly the same as Mikhail let them do as they wanted, but these guys have a system. The ball is moving consistently. That's the thing that I've noticed when I've watched, especially with the starters on the floor and some of the bench players, that the ball always moves. One play that really stuck out to me was when, I know it was Nene on the court, and I think it was KJ at the corner or KJ at the wing or Sam Decker at the corner. One of them, I just remember they threw up an alley-oop to Nene. He catches the ball on one hand and just throws it to the corner wide open, and then the defense sags to the corner. Decker passes it to KJ. KJ drives in for a layup. That's one of those things that I see that's like, wow, this team has potentially a very, very good, great chemistry.
Yeah, they
so
have a
much
chance.
better than last year.
Definitely have a chance to make some noise this season. I mean, you got to think that this team is definitely being slept on. I definitely got to think that because the fact that this preseason has just shown is that ball movement makes everybody happy. Everyone's getting the ball. Everyone's sharing it. Harden seems to enjoy playing with his teammates. You can kind of see Harden also stepping up to his role as being a leader for this squad. Now with Howard being gone, this is his team, bar none. And we're going to hope and we're going to pray that this season is going to be a little bit better than what we expect. And with that said, the season starts in about 2 days, Justin. And let's talk about what their record could potentially be. Let's talk about that right now. So, man, I don't know, man. Let's. So we were totally off. I think last year, I think I guessed 58 wins.
I guessed 60 wins.
I think I guessed 57, 58. I'm gonna go with the same 60 wins. I'm kidding. No.
Nah, dude, we're gonna break the record. 74 wins this year.
Ousted in the first round.
Absolutely.
That's only Mike D'Antoni offense. I think. Okay. Do you want to go first or do you want?
You go first.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna call this optimistic, pessimistic, pessimistic. Wow, optimistic, pessimistic. Okay, so optimistic, I'm looking at 54 and 28. 54 and 28. Optimistic. That means that is the ceiling.
That's pretty good.
54 and 28 ceiling. That means we are not going above 54 at all. That's just my opinion. Now, pessimistic. Oh, Lord. Okay, pessimistic is we match our record from 10 years ago and go 34 and 48. With the 8th pick, and we draft a Rudy Gay and trade him for a Shane Battier. That's the dream. That honestly, that's my thought process.
Rudy Gay's gonna get traded to Houston before Wednesday.
Before a point guard, my God. Yes, let's go ahead and add another wing and watch Corey Brewer and McDaniels don't even get traded. Rudy Gay, and
that makes me so sad.
We are just stuffed with forwards. Good God.
Yeah.
No, honestly, yeah. 34 and 48, pessimistic. Optimistic, I'm gonna go 54 and 28.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't completely agree with your complete optimism, but I mean, I believe the best case scenario for this team is we're gonna be so deficient on defense. I think the highest I think we'll get is 50 wins. 50 wins.
Yeah.
That's the max based on how strong the West is, and we got teams that are coming up on the up and up, like Minnesota, that can hurt us potentially.
What can I say? I'm a positive person.
Yeah,
54 wins.
Bad matchups, and then the Rockets just notoriously play down to their competition. So I mean, I just don't believe that we'll be able to win that many games. But negatively speaking, I don't think we're gonna hit 34. I think the lowest total probably barely below 500, like 40 and 42. But that's barring like injuries, and adding all these other variables that were to occur for this team. But I mean, my precise record, what I truly believe for this team this year, we will be on the precipice of 50 wins, but we're not going to get there. I'm going to say 48 and 34 will be the record. It's good enough for the 6th, 7th seed. We won't play Golden State, but we'll give the team in the first round a run for its money.
Yes. I think I'm going to go one win below yours and go 47 and 35.
Circa 1995 Rockets,
Yes.
6th seed NBA champions.
Oh, man. Talking about making that run. My hope is that the Warriors get out in the first round. But, yeah, no, I definitely agree. We're right about the same, or where we think where we think we're going to be about win-wise. 47-35, you 48 and 34.
I'm more optimistic than you. That's kind of crazy.
You know what? I like to play percentages at the end of the day. You can't have two positives. It's always nice to have a positive negative. A yin and a yang. Avatar taught me
what
that.
we really need is Jay here, because he'd probably say 82-0 all day, every day.
Oh my gosh, 82-0, baby. It's okay, Jay. I gave you that shout out, 82-0. Okay, so if we start off 1-0 Wednesday, you're off to a good start. So, so all we can say is just hope. And we'll hope and whatever, put some good thoughts and put good juju forward, whatever you got to do to hope that the Rockets are going to make a positive run this season, hopefully. I mean, the team is definitely being slept on. The media is definitely not paying attention to them at all, not compared to last year. There was a lot of eyes on us last year.
We don't deserve it.
No, we don't, and you're completely right about that. But you know what does deserve our attention, though, Justin? Sasha Banks versus Charlotte in Hell in a Cell. That definitely deserves our attention.
Sasha Banks.
Quick shout out to them. You girls are going to rock it. Women's Revolution all day, every day. You guys are going to freaking kill it. We're supporting y'all. Don't get seriously injured, please.
I love them both.
I know, seriously. These don't get seriously injured. We want you guys to succeed, and we want to see you guys in the Royal Rumble, hopefully, because we're about to be at the Royal Rumble. We're going to be at the Royal Rumble next year in San Antonio. If you guys don't know, you guys can definitely be there. It's in San Antonio, Alamo Dome, about 3 hours away from Houston. You like how I got that down quick? That was quick, dude. I was like, dude, someone needs to pay us, man. We need some endorsements over here, dude.
We're not receiving any what's called royalties from WWE, but we'll gladly take it.
We should take it, man. You should join Ticket Experience for your greatest offers.
But you have to go with your mini Vince McMahon voice over there.
Dude, I can definitely do. Oh, go join Ticket Experience, or else you're fired. They're doing a roast for Booker T in Houston. Can you?
I did hear it. Bubba Ray will be there. Stevie Ray will be there.
Stevie Ray,
and then Booker T's wife, and then someone else. I don't remember. Yeah. It was Tommy Dreamer. I think.
Oh, you're gonna hear some King Booker. I can't remember if that was his exact character. That was his character, in 2005. I think. I don't think you remember that.
I vaguely
think he
remember.
dropped out of that. Damn it, anyways. We totally segued into a wrestling talk. Guys, this
Besides
is
the
part
point.
2 of the podcast now. Wrestling. We're hoping that one day we can do a wrestling podcast. We just need enough friends that like wrestling. And with that said, guys... Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to us today. We're really happy that, we can get back with you guys here. Definitely with the start of the season. We should be making a podcast hopefully soon enough. Maybe
Probably after the first game or the first week.
After the first game, maybe the first week. We'll get a couple games sit under our belts first before. Pay attention, guys. Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Central is the LA Lakers game. The first home opener against Dallas Mavericks on Sunday. All black unis. I don't remember the time. It's a Sunday start.
Probably 6
A 6 o'clock start on Sunday. It's gonna be an all black jersey. So definitely, if you guys are in Houston, you got those tickets. Please show support. We won't be there, but we'll be there in spirits, and we'll definitely be there to watch. So check that out again, guys. LA Lakers at 9:30 p.m. Central, and the home opener taking place on Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Thank you so much for listening to us, guys. Follow our Twitter handle at 32Zone Podcast.
We're probably going to update.
We're gonna have to super update that. And
Actually, Sunday game's at 7.
Oh, okay, all right. Sunday game at 7. You positive?
It's 8 o'clock.
No,
Eastern.
dog.
8
Oh,
Eastern.
you're right. It is 7. Okay, my bad. 7. Okay, so 7 p.m. Central is the start for the Dallas-Houston game, guys. Thank you so much for listening to us. This it's not going to go up on SoundCloud. This video, I think, is going to go up on YouTube. I might either put it up on SoundCloud or YouTube, but the link will be shared on Facebook. Guys, definitely put a share out for all the Houston Rockets fans out there. There's not a lot of Houston Rocket specific podcasts. I can only think of 2, maybe 1 or 2 off the top of my head. And so please give us a listen. Give it to your friends. Give it to your loved ones. Whoever you want that loves wrestling and Rockets. So if you guys definitely have friends like that, bring them along. And we would love to listen to what you guys got to say. Leave us some feedback. Comment on our Twitter. Comment on YouTube. Comment on our Facebook. We'll love to hear from you guys. If you guys want to ever join up on our show, just give us a shout out on Facebook. Let us know. Hit us up. And we will gladly take some special guests. I know
Probably
Brian.
spot us some money too, maybe like lunch.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I was talking about spotting friendship, but that's just me.
It's not enough.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Your boy's hungry.
Oh, man. Well, with that note, it is pretty late, but I am getting pretty hungry. We should get some food. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to us. And I think, oh, man, this is good. I haven't said this in forever. You have just officially exited the 3-2 zone. Say it with me, Justin. Why? Because we are just too lazy to play man. This is your host, Kenny, with me, my tag team partner, Justin. And you guys be safe, be easy, go Rockets, and take care.